Yo, yo, yo. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my official Karamelle review. So, I saw that Formal Phantom posted a Karamelle review, and no, I'm not stealing his video idea. I always planned to make a Karamelle review, it's just I saw his go live, and I was like, yeah, Caramelle's been up for a while now, and it might start to become irrelevant on YouTube, so I gotta put this one out soon. The first thing I think the first thing Formal Phantom mentioned, and the first thing I'm choosing to mention, is the animation is stunning. Like, look at any part of Caramel City. This dog. That first dog that you see when you enter Celestia, I still see her in my nightmares. It's crazy how much this dog looks so much better than any dog in Marleybone and Celestia. Um, my thing is that you see the worlds that the first arc, Wizard City through Dragonspire. Wizard City did not look that good before the remaster, if we're being honest. Marleybone or Crocotopia through Dragonspire looks alright, but if you compare Wizard101 to any other AAA MMO game out there, right, in 2020, then yeah, the animation for Crocotopia through further than Dragonspire, frankly, is not that great. But some of the spells still don't look that good. But lately, like I'm thinking Mirage, Polaris, Imperia, Caramel. Lately, the spells that are coming out, and lately the worlds that are coming out look fantastic. Right, so they've really stepped up their game. I really want other worlds beside Wizard City to be remastered. I know Crocotopia is getting a remaster eventually. That got leaked a while ago, but I'm looking forward to that day. So I really want more worlds to be remastered so they could be on the level Caramel is with its animation. The next point, Formal Phantom mentioned he really liked the voice acting, and I like the voice acting. I think all the voice actors are really talented, but it kind of feels like they're just playing a voice. Like, I don't know, you tell me, but it sounded like to me that they didn't sound German more so than they sounded like somebody trying to be German. Like, it's like when an actor in a movie or play or whatever have you starts playing a funny voice. And you're like, are they going to do this for the whole thing? I mean, it's funny, but it'll get kind of old a little quickly. And then they do. So, I just thought Malware Von Trapp was really exaggerating and really over the top and frankly a little distracting. But, that's just me. The next thing Formal Phantom mentioned were the cavity plot lines, and he said he really liked when stories like come together, like weave together, you know, and two plot lines. But my thing is I felt like the cavities kind of hijacked the main plot. Like, spoilers. Okay, so if you ask me, I think Nana should be the final boss. Was she present in the final boss? Yes. Was she the focus of the final boss? Not in the least. The main story was really uncovering Nana's whole corporation and the bad things she does, as she did, and is currently doing, until we stopped her. And yeah, that's the plot line, is we find out what she's doing, and then we stop her. But then they have this mystery of the cavities plotline, kind of not really masterfully weaved together in my opinion, but kind of just on the side. Like, it felt distracting from the main plot, kind of. It felt like, yeah, we have this plot with Nana and all that, right? But the cavities started out as a mystery. We didn't who's causing all these cavities? We don't know. It ended as a mystery. So within a story, there should be a beginning, middle, and end. It should come together. There should be a sense of completion at the end, right? And I didn't feel that with Caramel. I was still confused about the cavities even after I got finished with the story. So I really think the cavities plotline distracted from the main story. I think it should have been us mano a mano with Nana. It shouldn't have been some apparitions, because the thing is it started as a mystery, the cavities, and then it got more confusing from there with the copycat divine paradox and all the apparitions and like the underworld of Caramel. So what was that about, right? Like, how are you going to completely change gears from a story about taking down a monopoly to whatever that was? So I just feel like the B plot kind of hijacked the main story. Like, you could have a subplot and a main story. You could have a B plot and a main plot, but the B plot should always be second to the main plot. It shouldn't literally override the main one. You feel me? So, I don't know. The next thing that I'd like to mention is the gameplay. This was a really short world. Formal Phantom said that, and even brought to my attention that Imperia came out 2 years ago, so they had a while to work on this world, and it just felt really underdeveloped to me. And an already underdeveloped story completely hijacked by the cavities, but we're off that point now, just let it go. But anyway, so I thought that, yeah, the world was short, and the fights were really short. Like, when I was playing through this the first time, when I was speedrunning it for that Peanut Butter Cups and Lemon Heads video I put out, someone even said to me, like, this world is level 140? And I was like, yeah, it is. That's crazy that this world is for level 140s, but they all have like 10,000 health, all the bosses. Like, to put that into perspective, Lore Master, which is Dragonspire, and I'm kind of an expert on Lore Master because I've done it hundreds of times. Lore Master has like 7,000 health. That's only like 3,000 less than what the bosses have in Caramel. Like, if you compare Caramel to the Catacombs, then Caramel is really, really easy. So most fights with like a max storm or a max ice, like really high damaging characters, took about 2 to 3 rounds. Some even took 1 round. So combine an already short world with really, really short fights, and Caramel only took like 2 days. And after 2 years, I kind of want a little more content than that. You feel me? So, but another gameplay thing about Caramel that I think is really not going to be talked about is this hamster is gonna run into me here. Yeah. So anyway, so something that's not going to be talked about, I don't think, is the housing items. Like, the dropped housing items aren't much. There's a caramel barrel, a gumdrop container, a caramel crate, some posters, some music scrolls that nobody really cares about, and that's about it. The furniture vendor doesn't offer much, as you can see. So none of his there's a lot of, I see a lot of gray outdoor and wallpaper, and I'm seeing nothing that's 2 pages, right? If you compare that to like Marleybone's housing shop, then it really doesn't hold a candle to it. The recipe shop, a little cool stuff, but like, hold on. If you ask me, this fence right here should have been a housing item. That acorn tree should have been a housing item. All the little stands like this one in Caramel City and Sweetsburg should have been their own housing item. We only got 1 stand. This bench, I see it all over Caramel, and I'm always like, oh my god, that would make such a cool housing item. Because, like, the last housing item we got in terms of like a city bench was the park bench in Marleybone. And, you know, I think it's time for another bench. Because that park bench, hasn't it been out since like Wizard101 Inception? I don't know how long the park bench has been out, but it's been a while. So I think we're long overdue for a new bench, man. So just a small gripe. I know not many people really care for housing, but I made the leaderboards twice on Castle Tours, right? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that I'm into housing. I like decorating. So when I didn't see many housing items that I could derive from Karamelle, it kind of disappointed me a little, you know? So, but it was a short world, so I guess, you know, you can't really expect a whole plethora of housing items from such a small world. I don't know. But anyway, just kind of a small nitpick that's kind of big to me, but nobody else kind of thing. This trash can right here should have been a housing item. But you know, whatever. Anyway, so the other thing about Caramel were the politics. I don't disagree that, and I was debating putting this in the video, but I don't think anybody else is going to talk about it. So, I don't disagree with the politics of Caramel. I think corporations get away with a lot more than they should. That being said, they don't get away with putting little gobbler sweat and dumping a bunch of trash on their food products. That's not what they do. Okay. There was a line in Caramel from the girl gobbler who looked like a Nemphori, however you say it, from Imperia, who said that Nephori? I don't know. She said that, oh, and that low fructose corn syrup, something like that. Yeah, I know high fructose corn syrup isn't everything. It shouldn't be. Its literal only purpose is to be addicting, and that's it. But it's pretty shady that they put in literally everything. But the thing is, I think kids should remain innocent. Like, my mom, who does play Wizards with me, says that she thinks it's not a problem to educate kids early on, but I think being an activist comes later in life, man, against corporations, because their target audience, and not a whole lot of people who play Wizards are kids anymore, right? There's a lot of people my age, or give or take, and well, but their target audience is kids. It's kid friendly. It's a kid friendly game. So it's clear that their target audience is kids. So, and if their target audience truly is kids, then I don't know why they're making it political. You know, I don't know why they're being anti-corporation in a game for kids. That just seems a little out of place. Great. Okay, so yeah, that's about as much as I wanted to say about that point. I think that about sums up everything I wanted to say pretty nicely. So, short world, made even shorter by the fights. Confusing politics. The dialogue was a little too over the top for me, but I could still understand it, so it was all good. The animation is stunning and really outdoes pretty much every other world, especially it's glaringly obvious the first arc worth of worlds and beyond. And not enough housing items, man. Like, what's with all the housing? What's with the few housing items that we got? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe if you want more Wizard101 content. And yeah, tell me in the comments what you thought of my opinions, what you whether you disagreed or agreed. I know the politics might be a little controversial, so just tell me all about it in the comments, man. I really want to hear your opinion. And yeah, so peace and love and yeet. Michael out, man.